Listen, if you are between 20 and 30 years old and you are watching this video now, I need to tell you a truth that may hurt a little at first, but that will set you free once and for all. You are living the most valuable years of your financial life, and you may not even know it. While you are thinking that you still have time, that you are still too young to worry about money, your friends who have discovered this are already quietly building wealth. I know exactly what's going through your head because I've been in your place. Man, I'm only 23 years old. I'll enjoy life now and think about it later. Or maybe, my salary barely covers my bills. How should I invest? Maybe you are thinking, investing is for rich people, not me. If any of these thoughts have crossed your mind, you need to stay until the end of this video because I'm going to show you why the next 20 minutes can literally be worth millions in your bank account in the future. In the next few minutes, I will reveal 3 secrets that millionaires discovered before turning 30 and which you can start applying today, even if you only have $50 in your pocket. But before we start, do me a favor. If this content makes sense to you, click the like button below because it helps me take this message to more people who need to hear it.
I'm going to start by telling you the story of 2 friends, John and Peter. Both are 25 years old, work at the same company, and earn exactly the same salary. The only difference is that John decided to invest $200 per month starting at age 25, while Peter thought that was too little and decided to wait until 35 to start investing $400 per month, double the amount. Now, here's the part that's going to shock you. When both reached 60 years old, John had over $800,000, while Peter had only $480,000. Even investing half the amount and for less time, John ended up with almost double the money. How's this possible? The answer lies in what I call the miracle of compound interest combined with time. Einstein once said that compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it, he who doesn't pays it. And man, this quote should be tattooed in every young American's mind. When you invest in your early 20s, you're not just investing money, you're investing time. And time is the secret ingredient that transforms small amounts into fortunes. Think about it. If you take just $150 per month, the amount many people spend on DoorDash in a weekend, and invest it with an average return of 10% per year, in 30 years, you'll have over $300,000. But if you wait 10 years to start investing, that same investment will only give you $110,000. The difference? Almost $200,000 lost because of procrastination. But I know what you're thinking. Dude, $150 per month is a lot of money for someone earning little. And I totally understand you. When I was 22, I was working as an intern, making $1,200 per month. It seemed impossible to have anything left over. But that's when I learned the first lesson of the rich. They don't get rich because they earn a lot. They get rich because they understand how to make money work for them from an early age.
Here's a truth nobody tells you. The difference between those who stay poor and those who get rich isn't in the initial salary amount. It's in the mindset. I'm going to give you a practical example that completely changed my financial perspective. Imagine that money is like a seed. A person with a poor mindset takes that seed, eats it when they're hungry, and feels satisfied for a few hours. A person with a rich mindset takes the same seed, plants it, takes care of it, and harvests hundreds of other seeds that will generate thousands of other seeds. The difference isn't in the seed. It's in what each person chooses to do with it. When you spend your $150 at a club on Saturday, you're eating the seed. When you invest those same $150, you're planting a tree that in 20 years will give you enough fruit to pay for many nights out without you having to work for it. That's the fundamental difference between building wealth and just building temporary memories. But let me tell you another secret I discovered talking to people who got rich young. They understood that investing isn't about giving up life. It's about buying your freedom in the future. When you invest at 25, you're buying the possibility of not depending on a boss at 45. You're buying the right to choose to work because you want to, not because you have to. Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, said a phrase that changed my life. The poor work for money. The rich make money work for them. And man, this phrase should be taught in schools because most people spend their entire lives working to pay bills without ever stopping to think about how to make their bills pay themselves. Let me give you a practical example of how to apply this in your life today. Instead of thinking, I don't have money to invest, start thinking, how can I find money to invest? This small shift in perspective will force you to look for solutions instead of excuses. Maybe it's canceling a streaming service you don't use. Maybe it's selling something that's sitting around your house. Maybe it's making extra income on weekends. The point is that when you decide that investing is a priority, you find a way. And when you don't decide, you find an excuse. The difference between those who build wealth and those who spend their whole lives complaining about money is exactly in this choice. Now I'm going to give you the practical step-by-step to start today, even if you only have $50 left at the end of the month. First, forget everything you've heard about investing being complicated. Investing today is easier than ordering an Uber. Step number 1, open an account with a digital broker. It could be Fidelity, Charles Schwab, TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, any of the major ones. This takes less than 10 minutes and is completely free. Step number 2, set up an automatic transfer from your bank to the brokerage for whatever amount you can manage, even if it's $100 per month. Step number 3, invest everything in index funds, specifically what we call S&P 500 ETFs or total stock market ETFs. But dude, I don't understand any of this. Relax. You don't need to understand everything to start. When you learned to drive, you didn't need to understand how the car engine works. You just needed to know how to accelerate, brake, and turn the wheel. It's the same thing with investing. ETF is basically you buying a small piece of many companies all at once. It's like you're a partner in Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, all together with just $100. Here's an analogy that will make everything clear. Imagine that investing is like planting a garden. You can plant a single tomato seed and hope it works out, or you can plant a little bit of everything: tomatoes, lettuce, carrots, zucchini. If the tomatoes don't work out, you still have the other plants. ETF is exactly that. Instead of betting on one company, you bet on a little bit of every good company that exists. And here's the secret of secrets. Set up this investment to automatically come out of your account on the day you receive your paycheck. This way you invest before you even have a chance to spend it. It's like you're paying your future self before paying anyone else. Because dude, if you wait for money to be left over at the end of the month to invest, you'll never invest. Money sitting in a checking account is like ice in the sun. It simply disappears. Now, if you're thinking, but what if I need the money? I'm going to tell you something nobody has the courage to say. You'll always need the money for something. There will always be clothes to buy, a phone to upgrade, a trip to take. The difference is that when you program automatic investing, you adapt to living on what's left, and then you discover that you can live well on less than you imagined. Let me ask you a question that will change your perspective forever. How do you want to feel at 40? Do you want to be that guy who looks back thinking, man, if I had started investing at 25, today I would be financially free? Or do you want to be that guy who thanks himself every day for having the courage to start even when it seemed impossible? The truth is that most people reach 40, 50 years old complaining that they don't have money, that life is hard, that they should have started earlier. And you know why? Because when they were in their 20s, they thought they had too much time ahead. They thought investing was for rich people, that they didn't have enough money, that it was too complicated. But you, who are watching this video today, have an advantage that 90% of people don't have. You're discovering this at the right age. You still have the most valuable asset in the world in your hands: time. And time combined with consistency is literally the formula for wealth. I want you to stop everything you're doing now and reflect with me. If 20 years from now you could go back in time and give advice to yourself today, what would it be? I'm absolutely certain it would be, dude, stop making excuses and start investing now. Even if it's $50 per month, just start. So here's my challenge for you. Before you go to sleep tonight, open an account with a brokerage. It doesn't matter if you're going to invest $50, $100, or $500 per month. What matters is that you're going to leave the group of people who just talk about investing and join the group of people who actually invest. Because, dude, everyone talks, but doing is what separates dreamers from achievers. And if this video changed something in your mind, if it gave you hope that it's possible to build a better financial life, even starting small,
hit that like button down below and share it with that friend who also needs to hear this, because knowledge that isn't shared is wasted knowledge. Subscribe to the channel because every week I bring content like this, practical and straight to the point to help you build real wealth. And remember, your financial life won't change because you watched this video. It will change because you decided to act after watching this video. The future millionaire that exists inside you is waiting for you. The only question that remains is, are you going to meet him or leave him waiting forever?